A little gray kitten was born and lived on the street. His mother searched for food for him, and he played with other street kittens, still unaware of the world. At some point, the kitten lost his mother and got lost. Apparently, while playing, he wandered too far and couldn't find his way back. He roamed familiar streets but couldn't figure out where to go. By evening, hungry, he ended up at a local dump, searching for something to eat. He was used to the lack of food, warmth, and the constant dangers of dogs, cars, and especially people. One cold evening, a group of teenagers passed by the dump. They heard pitiful meows and found the source. The kitten thought they would help him, but he was wrong. He should have run, but it was too late. The drunk teenagers grabbed him by the scruff of his neck. They felt no pity and decided to play with him, though for the kitten, it was torture. They tossed the crying kitten to each other, laughing loudly as he hit the ground and the boys. They filmed it all on their phones. When the kitten stopped meowing, nearly unconscious, they threw him into a trash bin. After hours of lying there, the kitten lost consciousness. The next morning, luck smiled on him. A girl passing by, likely a volunteer, found the battered little gray bundle. She took him home, treated his wounds, and he began to recover, growing used to her care and love. But as soon as he got better, things took a dark turn. The girl, who seemed kind at first, locked him in a cage and stopped feeding him. This was just the beginning. The kitten cried and meowed from hunger and thirst, his paws beginning to rot from the filth. The girl enjoyed his cries and started recording them, slowing them down for her amusement. When his cries became monotonous, she began torturing him to make him scream differently. She put him in a washing machine, spinning him repeatedly, then threw him around for fun. Finally, she started cutting him, often targeting his hind legs so he couldn't escape. The kitten screamed in agony. Neighbors, hearing the commotion, came to investigate. The girl, sensing suspicion, decided to get rid of the kitten. She threw the barely alive kitten into the basement, where he lay in the dark, unable to move, his paws mutilated. He cried, longing for his mother, who would have protected him. He lay there for a long time, unconscious. Other cats in the basement were fed by a kind woman, but she never ventured deep inside. One morning, she noticed the cats were missing and heard their cries from the basement. She followed the sound and found the horrifying scene: several adult cats meowing around the lifeless-looking kitten. His paws were rotting, covered in deep cuts. But the cat's persistent meows made her check. The kitten was still breathing, barely clinging to life. She rushed him to the hospital. The doctors were horrified. They suggested euthanasia, as his chances of survival were slim. But the woman couldn't give up on him. She spent her savings on his surgery and took him home. Her family nursed him back to health, and he eventually recovered. They named him Milish Little One. Years later, the family moved to a new apartment, bringing along the woman's elderly mother, who was 86. One morning, the mother, who had lost her sense of smell and hearing, tried to cook breakfast. Unbeknownst to her, there had been a gas leak overnight. Everyone was asleep except Milish, who smelled the gas. He ran to the grandmother, trying to stop her, but she didn't understand. Desperate, he rushed to the bedroom, climbed onto the bed, and pawed at his owners until they woke up. They smelled the gas and realized the danger. The grandmother was about to light the stove, which could have caused an explosion. Milish grabbed her leg, and the family stopped her just in time. The rooms were aired out, and the gas service was called. The kitten they had saved from certain death had now saved their lives.